Hi everybody, this is Diane. I'm going to show you my journal that I made for myself with the Linen Market kit. I bought this kit because I loved it and I wanted to use every single page and piece in a journal for me. So that's why I did a 3-signature journal, and then I made 3 separate journals in 1 signature, which I showed in the previous video. So to sell. And I'm just going to get right into this. Now I have some more work to do in here, so I thought we would just stop and kind of finish things up as we go through this journal, if you don't mind. So I used this plaid for my tie, and there's my slide. And I love this tablecloth piece. And this is part of an apron. These are all parts of tablecloths. And this is a towel. And this is the apron. Did I say that? No, those 2 are aprons. And this is a little piece cut from this. And so is that, actually. And I liked these crochet strips that I got from the flea market with the blue edging. And then this is just a trim that I believe came from Switzerland, from Eve. So that's how I decorated my front cover. I love the squishiness of it. This one isn't made with an envelope because I wouldn't be able to do a 3-signature journal with an envelope. So it's fabric, and I think there's a layer of quilt batting in there. Yeah. Or I don't remember. I just made it. There's a layer of something in there. This is an old tablecloth. I didn't want to cover up the roses down here. And this is a vintage label that I ordered from eBay. I got a pack of them from eBay. So when I make myself a journal, I will often include some pieces that I want to lay claim to. So there may be things in here that I only have one of, and so I make sure that some of those things go in journals that I keep. So this is a piece from a tablecloth. It has pretty much the same layout for my 3 signatures as the other 3 journals that I made. I kind of did them simultaneously, but I think it was Saturday I worked on this one all day because Saturday I try not to work, so I was having fun with these, so I just played in my own journal and almost finished it on that day. I had already made the cover and done some of the other stuff, but I almost completed it on Saturday. I just kept on working. You can see it's the same type of layout, but there will be differences because I have 3 signatures and I did some different things in some of the signatures. So instead of the shelf liner, this one has stationery. And there's only room for one of the pockets here. And I have these vintage letter stencils, so I put my initial there. And here I have, this is a wallpaper border. And here's a coupon for mail and phone orders filled Gimbel's Basement. So this came out of an old magazine, and there is a coupon that came out of a magazine for Pillsbury. The coupon value is 3, whatever that meant. Probably had to collect some. And this is a digital. There's the wallpaper border. And since there were 3 different images on this border, I was able to use all 3 images in this journal. The quilt book page, milk bottle cap. This was a catalog page, and there was another lady here, and I didn't want to cut her head off, so I cut up around it, and I just glued this scrap of ledger here and filled that space in, so I can journal on that. Looks a little wonky, but it's my journal. So I think this is one of the things that I wanted to do in here. I just went through and clipped some things in here because Saturday, it was getting late on Saturday, and I wanted to be done for the day, but I wanted to remember what I had in mind, so I clipped some things to the pages. So this is washi tape from the digital, you know, fake washi tape. And I think I just wanted to add that there. And I don't think I want to glue that down. I like that illustration. So this is the book page. So I think this journal got 3 of those book pages that I had made for a different journal that didn't get used. So this is a very old page out of a book that you were supposed to write the names of the people who had a birthday on that day. There were some pretty illustrations in it and some little quotes. I used an image from this catalog page. It got cut off. I used it to make a tuck spot, and then this is from an old magazine from the 40s. I decided not to do the beads. I didn't even mention the beads in the previous journal as I showed these. But I decided not to do it for mine. And I'm just going to cut. I tied them in a bow, and I'll just cut them. This is a pocket that I had made in my stash, and it's got a little scrap of that shelf liner that I've used in these. This is a digital for the chicken dinner, and I just tucked some pieces in, some real coupons and some digital pieces. And this is a real price sticker, or price card. And the other side of that book page that I covered, this is the book page, and then I added a page from a 1935 autograph book and a little piece of vintage music paper that has texture paste on it. And this one, I already had this piece of ledger and this piece, and then I added a phrase from the digital kit. I love this from a magazine, so I decided to put this in my journal. I glued it to blue cardstock to make it really stand off the page, and I love it. And then this is from another vintage magazine, and I just wanted it to have a little color at the top, so I added the red scrapbook paper and then glued it all to cardstock. These are all digital things. I still have all of these digitals. So I'm going to put these in a cellophane bag. I don't want these scraps in there. I'll put all of these in a cellophane bag, and when I work in this journal, I'll have all of these pieces, pockets, I guess these are just pockets. Lots of pieces left that I can play with. There's a can label for cherries. It's a different one from the others. Oh, this is plums. No wonder it's different. And I love this photograph. I've had it for a little while. It's from 1923, and I knew I wanted it to go in one of my books. It says Alice and William. And here is Alice. She might be the grandmother. And there's this young boy. She's sewing his pockets. And somebody wrote at the top of it, "A stitch in time saves 9." I love it. This is a pocket, and I need to put something in there. So I will put a guest check in there. And I'm going to grab some coffee dyed paper. Oh, it is a pocket. It's not a tuck spot. So this side is glued. Maybe. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And I was going to get coffee dyed paper to put in there, but I think I'll just add a tag with one of these. I'll put the laundry wash and dry, wash, dry, fold. These are Lorna Taylor stamps. And I will add something, baker's twine to that. I have three embellishments here I wanted to use. I'm not sure how I wanted them. This is an image from an old magazine with a lemon meringue pie, which I just made recently, and it was so good. I don't make them that often, but I sure do love them. I've had some lemon pies that were so tart I couldn't eat them, but I don't make mine from scratch. The crust is made from scratch, and the meringue is made from scratch. But the pie, the filling, is a mix from Mighty Fine, and I can't find it in the stores. I ordered it from Amazon a while ago and had to order more than one. I forgot what the quantity was, but I had 3 boxes left, and I used 2 boxes to make a pie. So I used 2, and now I still have 1 box. So I guess I can make a tiny pie. So I put that in here just so I could talk about the lemon meringue pie. And of course I had to share it. I can't eat it all by myself. I took some to my dad, some to my son-in-law. My own children don't eat pie. Here is a page of, it's very, very old, came out of an old little pocket ledger type of book. It's a very foxed, and I got it in a bunch of old recipes. And this one has a recipe for liniment, cure for swellings, to keep away flies. It says antidote against poison. And this is something different, mustard and water. And this is a recipe for scarlet, red. So it must be a dye. To dye 1 pound woolen, no, I can't tell. So it has ingredients. It's very hard to read the writing. I prepare a brass or copper kettle. Very bright pot. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. I don't think I'll use that recipe, but it's fun. Oh, here's another one of those tags. Farm fresh eggs. This is a piece of tablecloth, and because of the design of the tablecloth, I rounded it. I didn't want to cut it straight because there were other designs up here. So then I just glued it to a cardstock to make it a little bit bigger. Portulaca seed packet and a tag. So it's a double pocket. And then this is typing paper that's got a recipe typed on it for cheesecake. This is a different crocheted edging. Now this is fun because I have these board-in coupons that I had in the other books. The red scissors coupon, this is one for dishes. And then this is a different type of board-in coupon. And as I was going through my magazine ads, I found this. It's a coupon you can send. It's from the Borden Company. Please send me a free copy of Mildred Maddox Bentley's new book, Milk and Its Place in Good Cookery. And this is from October 1926, Woman's Home Companion. So I thought these have to go together. I'm going to make this into a pocket. Not quite. Well, yeah, I think it'll fit. Yeah. I don't want to glue on my tablecloth here, so I have this handy. So I have to tell you, today is Thanksgiving, and I'm kind of feeling down because I'm home, just like a normal day. And we will have our family dinner with my kids and grandkids on Saturday. But I am a traditional person, and I want to do the holidays on the holidays. Same with birthdays. But I was invited. My son is, and his wife, because they're not working, but my daughter is working. They were invited, or they invited me to go to our church, where it's not a church function, but a family in that church, a mother and her 2 adult sons. They plan these meals and invite people from the church who who don't have anything else going on for the holidays and stuff. They invite them. So they use their Thanksgiving and they put on this meal. They usually do the meat, the expensive stuff, and then ask for people to bring other elements. And so my son and his wife were looking forward to going, and they invited me. And my first thought was, no, that's not what I do on Thanksgiving. But I can't do what I do on Thanksgiving, what I used to do on Thanksgiving. If our kids were working, at least, my husband and I were here. And sometimes, because he worked on holidays with some of his jobs. So I had to do a lot of thinking. But then the woman whose family puts this on, she specifically invited me. She came to me with a great big smile on her face Sunday. Said she wanted to invite me, and I said, oh, I'll think about it. But my thought was no. I just didn't want to tell her no, so I said, I'll think about it. And then her daughter-in-law had already decided to go, because I talked to my daughter about it. I said, I just feel like I can't let go of the past. I can't move forward until I decide to start new traditions and learn to do things a different way. Because my thought was, if I can't have it my way, the way I'm used to, I just don't want it. I'd rather be home alone than to do something different, And I know that's stubborn, but that's part of me. I'm semi-reclusive. And I've been thinking about it. I've had a week or so, 2 weeks to think about it, and then I decided that I would go. If not, I get to spend time with my son anyway. And people are bringing pies. He doesn't like pies. So when I told him, I messaged him and said I would be going, the first thing he said was he was glad, and then he said, can you bring dessert that I like? So I made cookies. Tags. He loves cookies. He doesn't like cake, he doesn't like pies, but he's a cookie monster. So there's that wallpaper and a guest check that was already decorated. So after I had already decided I would go, the daughter-in-law of this woman messaged me yesterday to invite me. So I thought, okay, all these people are inviting me to go. It would just be rude to ignore them all. So I was glad that I could tell her, I have decided to go, and I'm bringing cookies. And she said, yay, my favorite. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be later. It'll be dinner time. And I'm kind of looking forward to it, and it'll get me one step closer to having relationships with the people that I've been going to church with for over 2 years. This is an octagon soap label. Not label, but a valuable premium coupon. And I think I just wanted to decorate this page with it. So I hope you don't mind me sharing that. I shared it because there may be some of you who can't do their holidays like they used to do and struggle with that. And I just wanted to share that with you, that that we need to accept the fact that things can't be the way they used to be, and we can enjoy new traditions. So I am going with the idea that I'm going to have a great time tonight. Here's the other half of a book page. I stuck these in here. These top tucks were already on this book page, and I already pulled this one out because I didn't really like the tags stuck up there. I wanted something cooler up there, I guess. I like the tags, but I think I wanted something to put something vintage in there. So I have this tomato packet, and I can put a recipe card in there, maybe. Yep, that'll fit. So I can write on that, and then maybe I'll just tuck this extra card. It's another Montgomery Ward card for a wallpaper book. Oh, wouldn't you love to look at that? And then this one, I'll use these someplace else. Maybe I can put this index card in there. And let's see if I have another magazine ad I can put in there. I love this. It might be too wide. I can trim it. Let me try trimming it. Yep, it'll fit. So I'm going to glue it to a piece of cardstock. Okay, she's in there. Lovely. I had been to one of the dinners that this family had done over the summer. They did a pork barbecue. Her sons love to cook. So one of the boys made homemade rolls. He put pictures on our Facebook group. They added me to the Facebook group when I said that I would go. So I got to see, I'll put another recipe card in here. I got to see pictures of his rolls before and after baking. But my son invited me over the summer to go to a barbecue, and one of the boys had smoked pork roast or whatever, did an outdoor thing with a big piece of pork. I don't know if it was a half or I don't know, but it was delicious. Delicious. I think I'll put a tag in here. And I added another Borden coupon. I have lima beans labeled there. And this photograph of a lady in her apron. It's kind of a faded photograph, and she's on the couch with a book. This needs something. I think I have this folded up coffee dyed paper. I think that'll fit in there maybe. Oh, she's got Reynolds wrap, I think, and that was part of the ad. How to save that ham for less than a penny. Yep, that works. This is a piece of, it's a fold-a-note card. And I had this extra strip of paper here, so I just glued it there for decorative effect. This is a label that I haven't known what to do with because I got it in a box full of other stuff, and it had these labels stuck to the back of it. And so I didn't want to ruin these, and I didn't want to ruin this. So I just decided, finally, I've had it for a while, I'll just put it in here, and I can write on this side and still see those. And I love this too. This is from one of the really old magazines. Like from, I want to say, it might be from the 20s, but it might even be older than that. I love it. So I made a journal card out of it. And then this was in my stash of pockets, and it's a very old ledger from the 1800s on file folder. And I used a vintage game piece and vintage stamps. This is a die cut, and this came from an Etsy store. I don't know what kind of label that is, number, and I just put it on there with a brad. So that was in my stash already, and I put it here. I'm glad I had a place to put it. And this is the other side of a book page that I was covering, like this. And I added just a leftover digital page and this piece of a ledger book to write on, and wallpaper border. And there's the other side of the page. And this came out of a magazine or book. I stamped some fruit on my extra pages. Oh, this is a ad for a book you could order, Pineapples on Parade, to make these crochet pieces. So I want something colorful in there. These are a little small, but I'm going to tuck them in there for now, and then I'll probably add something else when I'm working in the journal. Here's the other side of that fold-a note with the cross-stitch house and trees and stuff. I only had one of those cards, and I liked it. There's my hand cherry label. Here's another photograph of a woman on a swing with probably her child pushing her. It's so cute, and that's from 1959. And here's a lady from a vintage ad with this cookware. And sorry if I hit the camera with that. This is an ad for Jubilee kitchen wax. So I'm going to glue this down, cut it out, and tuck it in there. How much time do we have? Oh, we've got time. I just want to finish this book. I have one more thing, one more pocket I know is coming up that I want to make that's really cool. So don't go away. And here is another wallpaper sample card from Sears. I made a paper clip out of this miniature photograph, May 1940. And it has a coupon for Kirkman Borax soap with a value of 1. I don't think it's for the soap. I think it's from the soap, and then you collect them until you have the value that you need to get what you want from their little catalog. Here's the other one. I love this picture so much. The gingham and the word cook, and just this design was beautifully done. And I need to cover this because I forgot to stamp on here before I added this, so I don't like that. So it's going to get covered. Okay, I glued it to the cardstock, and then I decided to add a strip of black to the top. So I had a scrap of black cardstock I could use for that. If you see some fast forward movement in this video, it's because my grandson Teddy was here yesterday, and I asked him for some more lessons in editing. and I want to practice them before I forget. Then I'll have to find something to put in there, of course. Just some digitals there, and again, I didn't put a pocket in the back because I didn't want to cover that tablecloth. I used that tablecloth inside one of the other journals, but the portion of the tablecloth that was here was a little more plain. So the pretty stuff was at the top. So I got to put the pockets in. So that completes this journal for now. I'll probably add some fringe down here. Let me see. This is what I used at the top. I could put some of that at the bottom. Wish I had some red, but I don't. It's a little too bright. I don't know. Nothing is jumping out at me. Maybe this. I have a small piece of this left. I like that better. Just put some on the front. I used the Amity Bloom course, Everyday Journal, the things I learned from that course to make this journal cover. I didn't put the flap on it, and you know, I do change things up a little bit, but I like this technique for making the journal cover. And usually those journals have a decorative element to the spine, but I just really like this the way it is, so I'm not adding anything to that. And I love how squishy this book is. All right, so I think we are done. And I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you for coming along with me as I finished working in it. I will see you in the next video, whatever that may be, and I hope that you're having a creative day. Bye.